how's it going? Welcome back to my channel and to another video. And today I thought I'd do something super fun. These videos have been floating around the internet for a while now, so I know I am very behind on the bandwagon, but I'm here now, I'm showing up. And I'm gonna be doing one of those tier list video things, you know, where you rank various different topics. And today I thought I would start off with a really fun one, something that I love. If you didn't know this about me, I am a huge Friends fan. So I thought I would rank the characters, because why not? And yeah, I'm on a website. The actual the ranks I have come up with myself, but this is actually somebody else's tier making thing. So there's a lot of characters on here, so I'm probably not going to use all of them, but the majority of them I will use. But yeah, I guess I will go through those with you now. Okay, so I'm going to go through by categories. At the top we have as iconic as the central perk couch, because that has to be the most iconic thing that you think about with Friends, right? Then you have, could I be any more obsessed with this character? As in, like, could I be any more obsessed? Like, you know, Chandler says. Close, but no, in brackets, Richard's cigar. So kind of like, they almost made the list. Higher up, they kind of are not that bad of a character. They don't bother me that much. They are close to being a decent character, iconic, but not quite, you know, your main 6 characters. They're okay, they're somewhere in the middle. And then the bottom to last one is, it's like a cow's opinion, it doesn't matter, it's Moo. So they're not the best characters, I could do without them, but like, they're fine. I suppose they're just not quite cutting the mustard when it comes to a decent Friends character, if you know what I mean. And right at the bottom we have Emily, because of course we do. Emily is garbage, we hate Emily. It is what it is. So yeah, that is the tiers. We will go ahead and put some people in them now, I suppose. So we'll start off with the Emily tier, and I feel like obviously if you're gonna have an Emily tier, who are you gonna put in it? Emily. So let's find her. Where is she? She's right there. She's just not a very nice character. I don't mind the actress, she's in various other things that I've watched, but in this TV show, we don't like Emily. She just is a bit mean and makes Ross change everything about himself just because she doesn't like the fact that he has a female friend. Why? It's like a cow's opinion, it doesn't matter, it's Moo category. Who shall we put? I guess Ursula. She's okay as a character, obviously. She's Phoebe's sister, so yeah, she's okay, I guess. She's definitely the meaner sister. It's nice, I guess, to have that sassier version of Phoebe to compare to, but some of the things she does is kind of questionable, like when she lies to the teacher that she's dating, and then when she lies up to Phoebe about a lot of things, like about their age and their mother's will. So that's my thoughts, feelings, emotions on Ursula. Close, but no Richard's cigar. Who shall we put in this tier? Tag, maybe? I feel like he's a good starting point for that. He's okay as a character, not like the best character you've ever encountered in your time with Friends. I mean, if he wasn't in the show, would it matter? Probably not. But I guess it was nice to see Rachel be the boss of somebody. I know that turned into, you know, a relationship, but yeah, it was a nice, fun moment for Rachel to have in her career, I suppose. The next person we'll put in the second to top category, which is, could I be any more obsessed with this character? Let me think. Let's put Mike Hannigan, crap bag. He's not one of the best Friends characters I've ever come across, but I really enjoy his character. I think Paul Rudd was a great addition to the show. I know a lot of people are saying, like, is he really Phoebe's soulmate? Like, they didn't really see them as a good couple, blah 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 blah. I don't know, I thought he brought a really interesting side out to Phoebe, and you know, she never really wanted to settle, but he brought that side out of her and he made her want all of these things in life, and I think that's really nice that they gave her that character arc and they introduced somebody as nice as Mike into the series for that reason. So yeah, that is Mike. And then as iconic as the central perk couch, obviously this is mostly going to be reserved for the top 6 Friends characters. So I'm going to put my number 1 Friends character, if I can find him. Where is he? Chandler is just iconic. We love Chandler. He's definitely one of the best Friends characters. He's funny, he's sarcastic, he's relatable, and yeah, I just enjoy him very much. I always liked him growing up, but I never realised how much I became Chandler growing up. I always thought I was more of a Phoebe out of the 6 friends, but then realised that I was definitely not a Phoebe anymore, and I was more of a Chandler, and that a lot of my life parallels his. I'm an only child, I'm awkward sometimes, you know, I try my best, doesn't always work out for me, but yeah, we like Chandler. He's funny, he brings the comedic relief to the show, and I like to think that's what we all need in life. We all need a Chandler in life, so he's at the top, and the first one that I put at the top, actually. Who else? Shall we go with Susan? Is obviously Carol's lesbian life partner, Ben's other mom. I'm gonna go with close but no Richard Cigar. She's a good character. I do feel sorry for her sometimes with the way that Ross treats her, but she's a good mum and she seems like she's a good partner to Carol. They've been together for quite a while. Yeah, she's okay, but obviously not one of my favourite characters. I don't think she deserved to be all the way at the top of the list, but yeah, I enjoy her. She does obviously add something to the show, unlike some of the other characters I have here. So that's my opinions on Susan. What character shall we do next? I feel like we should put somebody towards the lower parts of this. We're gonna go with Pete Becker. He's gonna go in the "it's like a cow's opinion, it doesn't matter, it's moo" category. He's not the best person. He tried to pursue Monica for a long time to get her to be in a relationship with him. He just threw his money at her to try and make her like him, and then when she did like him, he decided to make some questionable life choices and make himself the ultimate fighting champion, and he put that before Monica, which isn't the best. So he's not going to go all the way at the bottom, but because of multiple choices that he makes during his relationship with Monica, he's going near the bottom, but not right at the bottom in the Emily category. So we're going to go with Erica. Erica is the person that Monica and Chandler adopt the twins from. She's going to go in the "can I be any more obsessed with this character" category, because, I don't know, it's just a nice thing that she did. She didn't want her baby. She gives Monica and Chandler a really great chance at becoming parents in life, and she knows that she's not going to be able to provide that for her children herself, so she gives it up to somebody who really will be able to do that. So yeah, she's a sweet character. Obviously she's not in it for very long, but yeah, I like that she's the one that ended up making Monica and Chandler parents. Let's go with somebody else to put at the bottom, I guess. Who do I think is garbage? Barry Farber, the orthodontist. Why? He just wasn't a nice person. I don't know why Rachel ever decided to get with him. Actually, maybe I do, because obviously when we first met her, she was kind of spoiled. She just wanted to marry rich and didn't really want to have a job, because that was the lifestyle that she was brought up on. And he didn't bring out a very good side to her. He wasn't very nice to her. He ends up cheating on her. So yeah, it was inevitable that that was never going to work out, and he didn't really give much to us as a character. He didn't really bring good things to the show, and yeah, he ends up marrying her best friend, which is questionable. Let's find Mindy, actually. We'll put Mindy, I don't think I'll put Mindy in the bottom tier, but then I also think she's not the best character, so we're going to put her with Ursula and Pete in the "it's like a cow's opinion, it doesn't matter, it's moo" category. Because here's the thing, yes, she's an okay-ish friend to Rachel, and she supports her through things like when Rachel first decides that she wants to give up her family's money and live in the city and make this life out for herself. She's still supportive of that, but sometimes she's a little bit questionable in terms of the way that she kind of still judges Rachel a little bit. And then also she marries her best friend, her ex-fiance, almost husband, which is not the best. That's not the best thing to do. Obviously we know towards the end of the series we find out that he cheats on Mindy too, so they kind of team up together to bring Barry down, but then in the end she still goes back to him anyway, so questionable, very questionable. Let's put somebody else at the top, shall we? Let's put good old Phoebe Buffet at the top with Chandler. I mean, I feel like I have to put all of the friends at the top of this list, right? Because they're comfort characters, aren't they? And Phoebe is just hilarious. She's ditzy. I definitely see a lot of myself in her. Some of her life stories are just hilarious. I like her character arc, like I said, with Mike, and the way that that pans out for her. And yeah, she's a great character. I like her. Let's put somebody else in the middle category, which is the close but no cigar. Let's put, oh, David the science guy. Maybe that's a little bit too no, we're gonna put him in that category. He's okay, he's not my favourite character. Yes, everybody thinks he's supposed to be Phoebe's love of her life, her soulmate, yada yada yada, but you know, again, he chooses science. I know Phoebe doesn't really give him a choice, but he chooses science and his career and his project over Phoebe, which is interesting. I know they only met each other for a couple of days before it happened, but I don't know, I feel like if he really wanted it to work out, he would have tried to make it work with Phoebe. I also think that it's questionable that when he comes back to the city, he expects Phoebe to be waiting for him and like crying over him every night, and just to drop everything at the drop of a hat to be with him again. So, and the fact that he, when Phoebe and Mike break up temporarily, goes to Barbados with her and like goes to propose to her as if to be like, well, it didn't work out with the guy that you clearly are in love with, so I'm gonna propose to you to one up him because I know that that is something that he can't give to you. Similarly, in that sort of category, we have Richard Burke. Where is he on my list thing? Oh, he's here. Richard Burke is going to go in that it's like a cow's opinion, it doesn't matter, it's moo. I know a lot of people, again, think that he is Monica's soulmate and she should have ended up with Richard, but at the end of the day, they wanted different things, they were different people. Monica was still young, she still had all these ambitions in life, whereas Richard had already achieved all of those things and he didn't want those. And I don't think that they would have worked out in the end. I know he wanted to do some things for her, but that was only after they were about to break up that he was like, no, I can give you these things. And then the way that he jumps in there when Monica thinks Chandler's not going to propose, because it's like, okay, why are you doing that? Why are you trying to steal somebody else away from the love of their life? Okay, the bottom category, let's go with, we're gonna go with Mr. Green. I know he just wants the best for his daughter, but he's just not a very nice person. The way that he treats Ross is just not very nice, and the way he looks down on the way Rachel lives her life and is always judging her and always expecting her to go back to him and his money. He's just not a very nice person, so I don't like that about him, so he's gonna go at the bottom. I know he has some redeemable qualities, I suppose, but yeah, he's just always judging Rachel and her life choices, so that's why I'm putting him at the bottom. Near the top, let's put Monica. She's gonna go at the top. Monica is at the top. Actually, you know what? Putting Monica in the one just underneath the top. I know this is, I said I was gonna put all of the friends at the top, but personally, Monica was never somebody that I related to. Some of her qualities kind of bugged me about her character. She's still iconic, we still love her. You know, I couldn't ever see Friends existing without her. Mellows a little bit more when she gets a little bit older, and a lot of those qualities sort of are less intense when she's with Chandler, and she loosens up a little bit and becomes a little bit more relaxed about certain things. But yeah, in general, she's not like my favourite of the 6 friends, but yeah, we'll put her in that category. In the Close But No Cigar, I'm gonna put Jack Geller. Where is he? He's here. Because here's the deal. He's definitely not as bad as Judy Geller. He just wants the best for his children. Obviously there's favouritism there, and that's why Monica turned out the way she did, I think, and the way Ross turned out the way he did, but he's definitely the lesser of 2 evils. Yeah, he just wants the best for his children. He's got a soft spot inside him for Monica, I think. He doesn't want to treat her as harshly as Judy does. He doesn't judge her as much, and yeah, he's really sweet with her when her and Richard break up, and he is there for her. So I just mentioned Jack, so I'm going to put Judy in the category below him, in that it's like a cow's opinion, it doesn't matter, it's moo, because yeah, like I said, she puts a lot of pressure on Monica. Nothing she does is ever good for Judy. She favourites Ross and acts like he can do no wrong, and I feel like that's why Ross ended up the way he did, because he didn't know any better and he had all this pressure on him to become the perfect person, because he was like the miracle child, and because of that, the way that he was brought up made his personality questionable at times. So that's why I'm putting her there. Obviously she likes Monica a little bit more and doesn't put as much pressure on her to be perfect as the series goes on, but she's still an interesting character, so that's why she's going to be near the bottom. Let's find Rachel Green. Rachel, I'm going to put her at the top. Yeah, Rachel's a great character. I love her character arc. I love how she begins as this spoilt daddy's girl who, you know, just wants to marry for money and doesn't want to do anything with her life and has no ambitions. Then when all of that's taken away from her, she sort of starts to question her morals and becomes a much better person. She develops herself, she becomes a way better person, she has better judgments of people, she stands for what she wants. Sometimes, obviously towards the start she was a little bit of a wet blanket, she sometimes let people walk all over her, but she definitely grew a thicker skin with a lot of things and really stood up for what meant was really important to her. So yeah, I like that about her, and I love that she becomes this big career woman and she's amazing. In the bottom category again, let's go with Kathy. Kathy's interesting. She's okay as a character. I like the goofiness that her and Chandler have as a relationship, but I just don't like that she was with Joey even though her and Chandler clearly had a bond, and then her and Chandler kissed, and then they had a messy breakup with Joey, and then she decided to get with Chandler. And then when he starts to question things and the way that she is with one of her co-stars that she has to make out with, instead of talking about their feelings, she decides to retaliate by actually doing the one thing that Chandler didn't want her to do, which is cheat on him. So yeah, I just don't think she was the best character. So that's why she's at the bottom. Let's go with some middle ground characters. Just gonna shove them in here. We'll go with Chandler's dad. He's okay, but doesn't quite make an iconic list. We'll put Ben in there too. He's okay, not quite iconic. We'll put in Emma. We don't know about her enough, I suppose, to put her up at the top, but you know, she's only a baby towards the end of the series. We'll put in Frank Jr. maybe, near the middle. You know what, I'm gonna put Alice below him though, towards the bottom, because in the It's Like a Cow's Opinion, it doesn't matter, it's Moo. She dates a student. And yeah, it's just weird. I always found that relationship weird. But I guess it was quite sweet towards the end, but it's just weird that she decided to create that life with somebody that she did teach, and who, yeah, was not like her at all on any way, shape or form. You know, the maturity levels was quite a big difference. So we're gonna go with, she's below Frank in the second to bottom category. Chicken the Duck is gonna go in the iconic category, just because, well, they are iconic, aren't they? They are the chick, the duck. The show wouldn't be the same without them. In fact, it feels weird when they're not in it. You kind of forget about them sometimes, but then when they do have scenes, you're like, ah, yes, the iconic chick, the iconic duck, they're amazing, we love them. Let's put Janice in the could I be any more obsessed with this character? I know sometimes I find her annoying, her laugh, the way that she acts with Chandler, the way that she just pops up unexpectedly when you don't need her to be there and you're like, damn it, Janice, why are you back? But, you know, the show wouldn't be the same without her. She is iconic. Everybody knows that, oh my god, everybody knows her laugh. She's just, yeah, she brings a little bit of drama to the show, and yeah, she's gonna go in that category for that reason. Another Phoebe, the other Phoebe, the fake Phoebe. We'll put her in the second to bottom category. She's just an interesting character. I know a lot of her character is exactly like Phoebe, but I just find it questionable the way that she won't tell her about her family for a while, and the way that she acts about Phoebe giving up the triplets and everything. It's just, I don't know whether necessarily the show would have been better with or without her. Let's put somebody else in that bottom category. He bugs me. I know he shouldn't do, but we're gonna put Mark down there, because he's the reason that Rachel and Ross went on a break. So he's going all the way down, 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 down to the bottom, because I don't know, he knows that Rachel and Ross are having some issues, and I do feel like on some level he does try and undermine Ross. So yeah, he's the bottom for me. Don't enjoy him that much. Who else can we put in here? Jill. We'll put her in the middle category, the close but no Richard cigar. Jill is obviously Rachel's sister, but again, she's sweet. You can definitely tell that she still is very much under that daddy's girl kind of spell. Yeah, she just, I guess, wants to be like Rachel. She's proud of Rachel, I guess, in her own way, and she wants to imitate the way that Rachel has made herself into her own but just doesn't go about it in the right way. On the other hand, I don't particularly like her other sister, who is somewhere on this list. Where is she? Amy Green. We're gonna put her a little bit lower down. She just bugs me. She doesn't even know her own niece's name. Jill's just trying to be like Rachel, but you can tell that Amy's quite clearly jealous of her sister, so she's gonna go in that lower category. I'm just gonna go ahead and put Emily's parents down below too, because if they created such a creature as Emily, then they don't deserve to be higher up than Emily. Also gonna put Frank Buffet down there, the original Frank Buffet, the dad, because he walked out on the twins and Phoebe's mum, so that's not a great time. Julie, gonna put her in the it's like a cow's opinion, doesn't matter, it's moo category. She created a roadblock in the will they won't they Ross and Rachel thing, so yeah, that's why she's going down there. Chloe, the copy girl, gonna go towards the bottom, just because she broke Ross and Rachel up. I know she didn't know any better, and I know Ross was part of that too. I just don't enjoy her as a character. Mr. Trigger, gonna put him in the middle. He's okay, he's a good character, but sometimes he's not the nicest, especially when he's trying to kick Monica and Rachel out of their apartment because he gets mad at them for something. I haven't put two of the other friends in any of the categories. So Ross, I know not a lot of people don't like him, but I enjoy him. Like I said before, a lot of his actions I think stem from having a lot of pressure on him, being the miracle child of Judy and Jack, and he can do no wrong in their eyes, and he wasn't taught better, and yeah, a lot of the things I think he does is down to that. And I know a lot of people don't like the way he treats Rachel and the way that he stops her from seeing her dreams out in Paris, and you know, he cheats on Rachel and all of this and just excuses things on outer reasons and not his own faults of his own. But I enjoy him as a character. I think he's funny, especially towards the end of the series. Some of the things he does is funny. The Unagi episode, iconic, and the Fajita episode, also iconic. But yeah, I like Ross, but he's obviously, because of the reasons why I just said, he's not going to go at the top, just because I feel like there would be a lot of dramas if I put him all the way up there. Where's Joey? Has a heart of gold. I know he's a bit of an airhead sometimes. There's not a lot of, his head's empty. There's nothing going on up there. I think his character, for me, had the least progress throughout the show. When we meet him, he's a struggling actor, and then he has his big break and then he ruins it. He's still living in the same apartment, he still has the same sort of lifestyle with the girls, and I know he has a heart of gold. He puts his friends first for whatever he can, and he is very sweet as a character. He'll do anything for anyone around him, but again, like I said, he doesn't have much progress throughout the series. I feel like they did him dirty. I know they did the other TV show with him. I have no idea what happened in that show, so they might have had some of those qualities redeemed in that show and gave him more of a storyline, but yeah, because of that, he's in that category. Let's go ahead and put Rachel's mum in the it's like a cow's opinion, it doesn't matter, it's moo. The series can do without her. Carol, couldn't find her earlier, she's here. We're gonna put her just above Susan in the could I be any more obsessed with this character? Yeah, just because she's nice, she's a good mum. What we saw of the relationship that she had with Ross before was nice, and then her relationship with Susan, also nice, so she's going to go in that category there. I feel like I need to put more people at the top. I don't know, I feel like maybe that's it for the top category. Let's go ahead and put Joshua, the second from bottom category, which is it's like a cow's opinion, doesn't matter, it's moo category. The triplets, we'll go ahead and put them in the middle with Ben and Emma. Charlie, is her name Wheeler? She's gonna go near the bottom. Again, she dated both Ross and Joey, even though she clearly had feelings for Ross when she was with Joey. And then she ends up dumping Ross after dumping Joey for Ross to get back with her ex, which is just not the best behaviour. Although she was one of like the first main-ish characters to be like of colour, so that's a great progress there, because obviously Friends obviously has a lot of stick for not having a lot of minority characters or people of colour in the show, so there's that, I guess. but other than that, not the best character for me. I don't think I want to put anybody else in any more categories, so I guess this is what we're going to go with for now. We have at the top, as iconic as Central Perk, we have Chandler, we have Phoebe, we have Rachel, and we have the Chick and the Duck. In the Could I Be Any More Obsessed with This Character tier, we have Mike Hannigan, we have Erica, we have Monica, we have Janice, we have Ross, Joey, and Carol. In the Close But No Richard Cigar category, we have Tag, we have Susan, we have David the Science Guy, we have Jack Geller, we have Chandler's dad, we have Ben, Emma, we have Frank Jr., we have Jill Green, we have the triplets, and we have Mr. Trigger. It's like a Kaz opinion, it doesn't matter, it's mood category. We have Ursula, Pete Becker, we have Mindy, we have Richard, we have Judy Geller, we have Alice, other Phoebe, we have Amy Green, we have Julie, we have Rachel's mum, Joshua, and Charlie. And then at the bottom, in Emily tier, trash. The trash people are Emily, Barry Farber, we have Rachel's dad, Kathy, we have, oh god, what's his name? I've already forgotten his name. He's that terrible of a character. We have Emily's parents, Phoebe's dad, and then we have Chloe, the copy girl. Yeah, I think I don't want to put anybody else in there just because a lot of them are like more obscure characters who don't necessarily need to be tiered. I'm done. I'm done. This is all I'm going to do. It's probably going to be a long-ish video, but I have a lot to talk about with Friends when it comes to Friends. It's a great show. We love it. I could talk about it all day, every day. So yeah, that's all I have today. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more ranking videos, I have lots planned. Give it a thumbs up, like I said. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time with another video. Goodbye!